Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I really, really appreciate it. I'm really happy that I get to paint with you on this beautiful summer day, and I'm really excited about what I'm going to paint for you today. I think it really is a beautiful, joyful image that really epitomizes this time of summer. Um, I have a couple fun things to share with you. Well, first of all, this morning I was having a little argument with my kiwi. My kiwi is wanting to get up on my roof, and I keep telling it no, that it can't go on my roof. Um, and I wouldn't be having quite as strident an argument with that kiwi if it gave me fruit. I planted it about 7 years ago, and I thought I had the male and the female like you're supposed to have. I thought I did it all right. And apparently I haven't, because it's never given me any fruit, but it really wants to be on my roof. It wants to be on in my neighbor's yard. It's nuts. And I know that they are usually nuts, but oh boy. Anyway, so that was my part of my morning. But it was fun. Um, I don't want to try to find out whether I have the male or female at this point, because then that would involve planting another one probably. And that I'm not going to do at this point. Let's see what else. I went up to LaConner, Washington last week. Was it last week? Boy, time flies. And I went to Dakota Pastel, and I did a little shopping, of course. And it was, oops, this way, this way, this way, this way. I did a little shopping, and I'll share with you some of my purchases before I paint today. And I had dinner with Tony Elaine. Tony was up there teaching a workshop, which was part of why I made the timing of my trip to coincide with his schedule up there. So I got to have dinner with him, and I also had a little powwow with the people of Dakota, because I'm working on a little project with them, a little side project. But anyway, I spent the night, and because it's quite a long drive, 5.5 hours from here. And I went for a walk after my dinner with Tony, and I'm walking, and I kind of go outside of the little LaConner, shopping area just a little bit, and I come across first this scene. It's so beautiful. It was a beautiful time of night, just beautiful up there. The landscape is really just stunning. Um, and then, I turned I couldn't believe it. I turned the corner. There's this view. Then there's this, which is so iconic. Of course, something I would paint, and just amazing. And I'm thinking, okay, I could paint that for a live stream, but it is a little, kind of typical. So then I keep walking. I'm walking back through the little charming little town back to my hotel, and I come across these, and this beautiful front garden gate, picket fence with beautiful sunflowers. And so I shot several views of the flowers. This one, looking toward the sun. And then this one, I like the little house back there. And then, of course, this one. Let's show the final one. That's what I'm going to paint today. Um, Sometimes compositionally, you just got to go for it. Just put it right smack dab in the center. Say it like you mean it, and I think it'll be fun with the beautiful blue sky and clouds up there. So I think something a little bit different. I have painted some sunflowers in the past, so I have a couple ideas on how to go about it. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, so before I get painting today, I want to share some details about year 7 of monthly painting lessons on pastel painting lessons online. I can't believe that year 7 is now live on the website. It's just really amazing. Yesterday, Tony Elaine did his monthly lesson for us, which he'll be doing another year of monthly demos for us. And, honestly, his demos alone make the subscription such a bargain. And of course, you get so much more than that with it. We'll be sharing another lineup of Art Speak guests this year, which is really exciting for me. I just love talking to these masters of the pastel world. It's really amazing. It's amazing how generous they are with their knowledge, their wisdom, and their time. It's really cool. And right after this, after our live stream today, I'm going to be doing a critique session right after the demo where students upload their pieces with their references and thumbnail sketches. And I try to give my sagest advice. So it's really a full subscription, well worth the cost of your daily coffee, I think. And also today, I wanted to mention that at the end of the demo today, we'll take questions. I will definitely make time for questions. You can type your questions into the chat, and people tend to kind of answer in the chat for one another. But I will take any kind of hanging questions at the end, questions about how the subscription works and pricing and all that. Email support, and that's also in the description, and we'll put that in the chat as well. This way I can just kind of hopefully get into a little flow today and still get those questions for you at the end of the demo, I promise. I thought I would start out today with a little quote, and I want to talk just a teeny bit about a couple of new things we have going in the monthly, and then I'm going to get to painting. So here's my little quote that I came across this week, and this is from a scholar named David Bentley Hart, and you can find him online. It's amazing. And it goes like this: beauty stirs us from our habitual forgetfulness of the wonder of being, reminding us that the fullness of reality, which far exceeds the moment of its disclosure, graciously condescends to show itself again and again in the finitude of an event, of a mere instance. It is an experience that restores us momentarily to something like the innocence of childhood, if, that is, we have eyes to see and ears to hear. And I just love that. That quote really sums up so much of why I make art, why I teach it, why I think it matters. I really believe that being an artist is the pursuit of beauty, not just beauty in the sense, oh, I'm going to make a pretty picture, but in the sense of beauty as a way of seeing more fully, touching that fullness of reality. And I believe, I guess I know that learning art can be a transformative path, one that has the power to shift how we see the world and how we see ourselves. It's really been my privilege to teach art for over 40 years. It's just hard to believe. In classrooms and workshops, online, in person, one-on-one, big groups, small groups. And really through it all, I've really strived to bring excellence in curriculum with an open and compassionate heart, because I think that's the way to roll. And art, because art is personal, it cuts really deep into our sense of self. And I get it, I really do. It took me a surprisingly long time, really until just a handful of years ago before I could really say out loud, I'm an artist, without hedging that in some way. And this is coming from someone who's made a living as a professional artist her entire adult life. So I really do understand how loaded that word artist can feel and how much kind of angst and self-doubt is tied up in there. But the beautiful thing about learning art, especially over time, is that how rich and layered and flexible it is. It's not just this straight path. It grows with you. It bends with you. It bends to fit your life and your schedule and your temperament. And I think that that's one of the great things about teaching online, why I started the monthly pastel painting lessons in the first place. Students can really work at their own pace and, engage in it as little or as much as you want. And our community is so warm and welcoming, and the learning is really, really rich and deep. But lately I have been hungry for more, for something more, as my own journey as an artist and art instructor has shifted as I get older, and I starting to see how much time do I have. We're not all we're all going in the same direction. So I've been wanting more correct, that personal connection. I want to give more of that, like, direct support, because I know that I can make a profound difference in artistic journeys of students who really want that one-on-one guidance. Um, I remember when I was traveling and teaching workshops, I'd walk into a room of 20 or so students, and I'd have to really quickly assess where everyone was technically, emotionally, energetically, and kind of figure out what does this person need? How far can I push that person? I don't want to make that person cry. How do I do that? How could I unlock things for each person? And I got really good at it. But sometimes it's a little frustrating to see that spark go off in someone, like they're just starting to pull things, really, really together. And then the workshop would end and we'd go our separate ways, and I'd never see that person again. And I always wondered, well, what if we got to keep going? What could we do? What could we build? And what if we had um, a little more, if I had a little bit more information, a little more connection. So yeah, so that's why I'm really, really excited to share something that we're doing that's brand new. New membership levels, 2 new membership levels inside of the monthly pastel painting lessons, the inner circle and the visionary. And both of these include direct personal interaction with me. And these are definitely for students who want to go deeper and make a deeper commitment to an artistic path, who want real feedback. And it's not that I don't give that now, but this is, personal one-on-one guidance where I can really say things that I might not be able to say in a group, in a path that's tailored just for you. Um, like, maybe like this happens a lot. Maybe you love loose painting, but no matter what you try, it always winds up tight. Well, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Maybe not, but what could we do about that? Um, Maybe you just love, adore animals and think that, oh, you'd really love to do pet portraits, but honestly, you struggle with drawing. Um, Maybe you'd like to teach, but you don't exactly know how to get started, or you think, oh, I'm not ready for that, I'm not good enough. Well, I can help you with that too. Um, it, maybe you've been trying to get into pastel competitions and you just can't seem to break through. So these memberships are where we really, really are going to roll up our sleeves and figure all those things out together. I'll look really closely at your body of work. We'll talk about your process. We'll talk about your materials, your habits, and we'll troubleshoot and find out what's holding you back and help you set a path forward that makes sense for your goals and your lifestyle. So, no generic, just advice and no guesswork. So, these are for your challenges, just for your growth. So, it's be a guide or a cheerleader or whatever it is you need. I'll be there for you with these new membership levels. So this kind of mentoring is really personal, it's direct. So if you're really, really ready to put that time and effort in, and I know a lot of you are, I think that we can go far, and I think we can do it pretty quickly, which is really, really an exciting thing. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in and craving, I'm going to walk through the details of this membership with a little thing that I put together for you in just a minute. I want to say thank you for everyone that's showing up today for the live stream and the demo, and for being part of, really chasing beauty with our own two hands. And that's something we get to do that as real artists, not AI, it's real, which is pretty amazing, pretty unique. Okay, and I just also, before I show this to you, what I put together, I want to say that the regular membership, monthly pastel painting lessons online, has not changed one bit. It's still front and center for me. It's really the first thing that I address each and every day. It's hugely important to me. So that's not changing. Okay, so I'm going to show you this little thing I put together, and then I'll get to painting. Hi, I'm Marla Baguetta. For 7 years, our monthly pastel painting lessons online have helped thousands of artists find their voice. But I've been listening to you, and I know that some of you want more. More access, more guidance, more of that personal connection that can truly transform your art. So today, I am thrilled to announce something we've never done before. 2 new membership levels that take your artistic journey to places we've never gone together. Introducing the Inner Circle membership. This includes everything from our traditional membership, all the monthly lessons, critique and super streams, art speak, Tony's monthly sessions, our entire archive, plus exclusive editions that we've never offered before. Live streaming access to select portions of our in-person events so you can be there even when you can't be there. Free access to our brand new mini workshops throughout the year, focused intensive sessions on specific techniques. And 2 private 1-hour coaching sessions with me, one-on-one, your work, your challenges, your breakthroughs. This is the only way to get personal instruction from me. It's like having me as your personal mentor throughout the year. But then there's the visionary level. And honestly, this is for those of you who have been asking, how can I go even deeper? Everything from our inner circle is included, but instead of coaching calls, you get something extraordinary, a custom personalized workshop tailored specifically to your needs. This is a full 6-hour day with me, either in person or online, designed entirely around you, your challenges, your goals, your artistic vision. This is not a pre-made curriculum. It's a workshop created just for you. Plus, and this is huge, you get access to all of our standalone workshops, every single one, as long as you're a member. That's thousands of dollars in workshop value included in your membership. And here's something truly special. After your workshop, I'll create a custom demonstration that applies the exact principles we worked on together. You'll receive any artwork, including thumbnails, color studies, or finished art that applies to our work together, and a video of me creating it, showing you how I implement what we discussed. It's like having your workshop lessons transformed into a personal reference that you can return to again and again. The visionary level is for serious artists who want to be part of shaping the future of pastel education. It's an investment not just in your art, but in building something bigger together. I've resisted doing this for years because I always wanted the lessons to be accessible to everyone, and they still are. Our regular membership isn't changing, but I realize that some of you are ready for more. You want that personal connection, that direct guidance, that deeper dive. These new levels are limited. I can only work with so many artists personally. So if you've been waiting for something more, if you've wished you could work with me directly, if you're ready to take your art to new levels that you only imagined, this is your moment. Visit paintinglessonswithmarla.com to learn more and to secure your spot. Because for the first time ever, I'm opening my studio doors wider. Let's see how far we can go together. Let's get to work. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's really, really exciting stuff. All right, let me go to top down, Bryce. Okay, a couple things here. This is some of my shopping. I bought some other non-pastel things there actually, because Dakota actually is an art supplier and they have other things besides pastel. Most of their warehouse is definitely pastel centric. But so Jay Luda had a little promo box for, I'm not sure whether they were giving them to artists, instructors, but I do like these. They're kind of, in a way, a little hard, but they have a kind of a grittiness to them. I do like these. I got a dark set of Blue Earth to, I need these, but you know, they're so nice. And then, some Unison infill from some of my favorite colors. This one is definitely one that I, always try to keep on hand, and it's just love this. And I'll use this today. Yellow 13, a couple others, and so then turquoise, and then I've got these are some the Rembrandt and Art Spectrum. Always searching for that spruce blue replacement, but it's not. None of these are really that. But I keep hoping one day, but probably not going to happen. I have to give it up. Okay, so all right, and then this guy. Let me put these aside. This guy here is a piece that I did. I don't know that it's necessarily, I did it as sort of a playful experiment. And it's on a UArt board. Yeah, UArt 280. And 280 is really gritty and probably not something that typically I would like. So I might have just been, I grabbed it, grabbed it, and did it. So there are things about this that I don't like, but there are things that I do like. I like the color. I like the blue sky. I like the, it has an exuberance to it. And I'm hoping that I can get some of that exuberance in this guy today. One thing that I did was I brought the photograph into Procreate, and I asked Procreate to make me a palette. And Can you show the procreate? Oh, there you go. Here, is it? Why is it? Is it? Oh, it's the wrong. Okay. Yeah, it's. Oh, okay. Boom, boom. There. Is it doing it? All right. Okay, so one thing, so I did this, you can see on the screen the little painting that appeared actually in Artist Magazine as a header page to a column that I wrote. I painted that same piece in acrylic, or the same kind of thing with that vase that my mom gave me. But I asked, let's close that. I asked Procreate to make me a palette, and it's that top one with the yellows and the grays and the blues. And notice that there are very little bright yellow. And that's because most of that yellow is in shadow. And that's really, really interesting. So, you think, oh, but let's see. I don't need it that big. It's like that's when I touch those yellow leaves, that's the yellow that it's getting. It's not, that's nothing like super bright. It's certainly nothing that's like over here. It's even kind of leaning sort of greenish, even, it's like some of these. So, because it's in shadow. And that's just something to keep in mind. Like it's closer to this. Maybe a little bit lighter than that. But not a whole heck of a lot. Something like that. That's a little too green. Should I go up here to my blue earth? I organized these blue earth this week. This one's pretty good. And I don't want to mess them up, but if I have to mess them up, that's okay. All right. So that gives me a few ideas. We can go back to the little tray. Do you want me to switch it? Yeah, I could do it. And then some greens. I really am not a fan of this kind of green. I don't, that's kind of too emeraldy. This is too, I don't, ugh, it looks gross. So does that. More like that. And then maybe something darker. That's really dark. That's too dark. So I'm just picking a couple of things just to get me rolling. And then I do like those down here. There's a little pop of red. So that gives a little relief to those other colors in there. I don't think there's a little suggestion of a roof. I don't think I'm going to put that in there. I do like the idea of that sky up there. I think that's really fun. Let's see, what does it say? What is Procreate telling me about the very center? Ooh, it's saying it's really dark, grayish black. Let's see if we can give it a little more life than that. Maybe give it some eggplant a little bit, maybe. All right, so I've got a few ideas, and let's go ahead and see what happens. And It's a pretty fun image. Lots of kind of negative shapes to play with. I want a little bit bluer on the green. Oops. Then I'm going to start to get some dark down in there. Ooh, that stick isn't cooperating. This one. Just getting some color going, value. Now, nope, that's not what I want. Not it. Oh, maybe I can go in here and get some of these. Oh. New blue earth. Cool. What's that? The what? Oh, yeah, I didn't either. Oh, very good. I didn't notice that. That is very eagle eye. Very good. Yeah, it doesn't really fit when you think about it. I did notice that, wow, that's a really bright yellow thing. But the what of it was totally lost on me. Funny, 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 funny. Oops, that's too bright, too light, too bright. Uh-oh, I have to go over here. Oh no, I spent a whole day really literally a whole day reorganizing my blue earth. Because when I bought this set, it was complete. And I don't want to do it again. I'm going to complain here. Don't. I might have to. I'll make it a couple of these in here. And then I'll cut back around these with some darks. I think I want this a little brighter, just a little brighter. A little brighter back here. A little bit brighter here. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to see a little bit of a way to get this going, which is good. Not that. I'm struggling with the greens. Like a lot of times we do. Like that's not, I don't have all the I have the same struggles you guys do. Some days color just pops and I know exactly what to do. I'm going to mix that up. A little faster. Sometimes also going a little faster going to help me out because just gets me going. Sometimes I slow down for the live streams in a way. It's a weird thing that I don't need to do or shouldn't do. Yeah. So pretty. In my garden, I just took down my artichoke were kind of done, and they had gotten a little crispy, and I cut them down yesterday. A little sad. A little sad. I have. I did it's in the monthly, in the food workshop. In the food workshop, I did.
Is it flour and artichoke?
No, no, it wasn't. It had not, at least it hadn't yet. Okay. All right, now I'm getting to the point where I want to do a couple, I want to start getting some background in. I think that's going to really be fun. And I want to start getting some lights in and establishing more of my negative shapes, or using what I've got down already to get those going, which I think would be really cool. It's pretty cool. Let's see. I just want to think about this balance here. That. That's cool. I want to make sure this leaf comes forward. This one too. This probably needs to be a little darker, but for right now, I'll leave it the way it is. I like how these stems are doing this. And they're lighter than I've got them now, but I'm going to leave them again for now, because I'm just kind of setting everything up at this point. This is that stage where I find people start. This is a kind of a crucial stage of a painting where I find you can easily sort of give up on yourself a bit, and I see that happen all the time. And I look at this and I think, okay, I've got a good start. Like this it's a little bit messy, but I can kind of get the value relationships are starting to happen. There's some nice color down. I've got some nice gesture happening. So right now I like it. So now I want to look back at this. Okay, what did I do with the sky? I like the way the sky happened in this. What did I do there? All right. And I'm going to clean my hands off a little bit. I know what I need to do. I'm going to remove a little bit of this here. Why am I doing that? Because I want that red, those little red flowers in there, and I got too much on there for that. You're not supposed to, don't blow. You're not supposed to blow. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. Let's see. Really light, 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 light. Blue. Maybe some white. I'm not trying to do exactly what's here. I'm trying to get the character of what's here. I'm going to give myself that extra I've got at the top for some sky. And these negative shapes in here help me out. Okay. Oh, ooh, that's not. Let's see. What about this? Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. All right, now, though Procreate said no, I say yes to some bright yellow in the background. because these flowers back here could be in the bright sun. Just these few. Few little petals. Sun might be popping in and hitting them. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. Fun. So this kind of important part to me was the quality of the sunflowers being in the soft light, soft shadow, and the other ones behind it in the light. Right? But that's what it is. There's a little tips of these that are a little bit lighter, but not super bright. And want them to have that cool gesture that they have. They have so much character. I want to keep that. This one. Down. What do we do about the bungee cord? I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it out. Do I leave it out? I guess I leave it out. Thinking about things here. The couple little opportunities back in here for some cool negative shapes with these lights. Here and back in here. And then just this simpler. I do want to, I want bring a little red. Not sure that that might be too much up there. Some things like this, it's like, well, you have to make a commitment to it or not. I think it's okay. These little branches. And I think I'll just knit some more sky around them. That's it. Go a little bit longer. Can't go too long because we've got critiques at 1:30. It's coming along. Pretty neat. It's definitely one I would like to try to finish. I don't know if I'll get to finish it today. I like the looseness of it. I like that, just the quality of light. It's really pretty cool. Maybe I should stop. I'll put these flowers in, and then I should stop because I promised to answer questions, and I want to get to that today. So let me put some red flowers in. See if I can make that happen. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to use those blue earth. I'm going to mess up my whole day from yesterday. Stay over here in my other land. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. That's kind of fun, huh? That's nice little counterpoint to the green, and it kind of bounces back. I also had in mind to up in here, there's a little fall foliage up in here. It's sort of this soft madder type color. That connection with the red is very nice. So and it's across the composition. So I think that'll work. This gets pulled together a little bit more. Just deepen some of these darks, get some of these negative shapes a little bit more happening. Yeah. Okay. Why don't we pause for a minute and take some questions if we've got some? Do we? That's a little messy right there. What? Yeah, I gotta fix that, but I'll figure that out.
Okay, so
Right.
we got people talking about how you have your palettes set up. I'll go top down.
Yeah. So my main palette, I have it set up. Well, first of all, you might notice that I do not have labels on any of the pastels. They're all, the labels are removed. And that is so that I can take full advantage of what the stick has to offer in terms of the physicality of it, what kinds of strokes it can make. If I've got the wrapper, on some of them, the wrappers are large, and so you're really limited. Next, I have my palette set up via my understanding of color theory, and that is every color, there are 3 aspects to every color. It's value, it's light or dark. Its hue, is it red, is it green, is it yellow? And its intensity, or another word, saturation. So is it bright or is it dull? So as best I can, and it's not a perfect thing, and it kind of waves because some colors lose their color identity very fast. Yellow turns to green or brown very fast, whereas blue stays kind of bluish very long, for a very long time. So as best I can, I have the palette set up so that when I want something I want a red that's dark, but it's a little dull, I kind of know where to head. This palette is obviously, it's plenty, but I have another set. I just recently acquired the set of Blue Earth, which they have this manufacturer sets it up like this. So it's perfect for me because it's set up the way I like to work. And usually when I purchase new pastels, I put them in this way. And whether I'm traveling with a smaller box or, however I'm rolling, it's pretty much like this. So, yeah, better. All right. Other questions?
Well, sticking with palettes,
Mhm.
I was wondering how would you go about finding a yellow-green stick? Color swatches online are not always accurate.
A yellow, you mean
That might be
purchasing?
purchasing.
Purchasing it? Yellow green is pretty broad. Yellow green, is it dull? What value is, so I'm thinking those 3 things. What, and colors, yellow, so you're saying yellow green, it's leaning towards yellow. So colors lean, you can have, like the grays, they lean warm or cool, or, I was looking at some, as I was working with the Blue Earth, putting them back, there are, greens that, sort of have a little, if I look like, wow, it's got a little purple in it. So colors can, have hints, because every color is when we look at a color, we're seeing the proportion, like we're looking at a yellow, well, the proportion of yellow is what's being reflected to it, but it's got everything in the spectrum in it. It's just more yellow as we're seeing. So every color's, they've got bias to them. So yellow, green, I'm thinking, is it light? Is it dark? Is it intense? Is it, intense meaning, is it bright or dull? Yeah, so, and then I'm gonna look for manufacturers that are gonna have that I'm looking for. Greens are tough.
Once you remove the labels, can you tell which brand of pastel you're using by touch and feel?
That's a good question. Yes, because I'm so familiar with everything. Yes, when I pick something up, I have a very good idea. Oh, this is like this one. This one is a Terry Ludwig. I know that. This one, this one's a unison, and not just by the shape, because the shape, a lot of mine they end up looking like this, just because of my particular mark making habits. Most of them end up looking like this.
Do you mix your different brands together?
I mix the different brands together because, yeah, but I haven't mixed in these Blue Earth just mostly because there's a lot of them. I don't really have room for them. And I'm also working with a specific project with Blue Earth that will be just Blue Earth. So yeah, but generally speaking, I mix the brands because I like that. I like they each have a different, they all the brands have different properties and characteristics that I want to be able to employ in the work. And that's where, lots of mileage and playing with them, experiencing them, doing, using them on different papers, using them with different underpainting techniques, all of that, really finding out what they can do and having a motor memory of it. So when you come in here, you go. And
Now you do keep your hard pastels separate.
I do, and my hard pastels are most of them, I should say, most of them, because this is not, for me, this is not an exact science. It isn't. It's interesting to see some artists, some pastelists, that it's very exact, and then others that like Tara Will, and then Andrew McDermott, he just has like this gray, like jumble, but he likes it because he says, and this still totally makes sense to me, he says, then he has to really look. And so, that works for him. So this is just the way I do it. There's so many, and for me, when I started doing it this way, I got better. And so I pretty much have stuck with this over time. And I think it's helped a lot of students to organize their box in a particular way. So yeah.
All right, we got one more question.
Yeah.
In year 7, do you suggest you still do the video tutorials along with you, or instead jump right away into using our own photo reference? Maybe one that's similar to yours.
Yeah, I think first of all, anytime that you're painting is good time and good practice. So yeah, I would do the lessons. I would do if if you're somebody that's been doing the monthly a long time, you might just pick one from every month and then fill in the rest of that month with your own reference photos. That would be one I think really good strategy. So you're going to get a little bit of, pick what you like. Pick of the 3 that you like, and then there's going to be the session wrap for every month, and the super stream is going to have some other stuff too. So lots of choices.
Wrapping up, everybody wants to see the croppers.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
Yeah. It's not quite done, but it's got some nice stuff going on. I like the color palette too. I think look at that. It's really fun. I think, cropping it. I think I would give it a little more sky, maybe not. It's fun. It's got some good It's got good bones. It's got good gesture. Yeah, it's cool. I'm happy. Happy today. Okay. All right. Anything else that I
I
can
think that is it.
answer? All right. Okay. Well, definitely head to the website, check out the year 7, and of course all our other workshops. And if you're interested in the new levels, definitely dive into those. And support will answer any technical questions about that. Yes, because if you've already signed up for monthly and you want to switch, we'll help you do that. No problem. It's no problem at all. Okay. All right. We'll see you next time. I don't know what maybe I'll paint a landscape next time, a more traditional landscape. Just yeah. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. I hope you get to draw and paint, and I love you. All right. Bye-bye.